Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In today's video, I want to take you through another in-depth perfume review, and we are going to be discussing another fragrance from Zimaya. This go around, we're going to go ahead and tackle their newer fragrance, Awatif. As soon as I saw the fragrance notes for this one, I knew that I needed to try this. This is such a beautiful date night fragrance. If you're a fan of beautiful, deep, sexy florals, you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for this one here. But yeah, I am still somewhat new to Zimaya as a brand. They actually reached out to me a couple of months ago and asked if I might be interested in reviewing some of their fragrances here on my channel. So they initially sent me 3 fragrances to review, and I will link those first 3 reviews in the description box down below. I have definitely fallen in love with the brand. I think honestly what has impressed me even more so than the fragrances themselves, which don't get me wrong, are absolutely beautiful. I think what I'm actually more impressed with is the quality for the price point. This fragrance here is under $40, and this is not a small size of perfume. I believe this is, yep, it's 3.4 fluid ounces, and I believe that I think it's $35. Now, it's currently out of stock. I feel like this one sold out crazy fast. Not long after I received this one, it was sold out. And so I was like, of course, of course it sold out. Now, Zimaya seems to be pretty good about restocking their fragrances. So if you're interested in this one, it's gonna be back on their website soon enough. When they initially reached out, they actually gave me a discount code that I could pass along to you guys. So I will put the information for the discount code in the description box down below. But the link, if you click that link, it actually should automatically apply that discount in your cart. So if you want to pick this one up when it comes back in stock, you can use that link and save yourself 15% off, which makes this even less expensive and such an amazing deal, you guys. I'm telling you, the quality of these fragrances it's absolutely wild to me that they sell them at the price point that they do, because the bottles themselves are also insanely beautiful, not to mention like the packaging that everything arrives in. Like, look at this. So the fragrance arrives in like this adorable little like flower packaging here. I don't know, I'm kind of a sucker for details. I think because of what I do for a living, I pay attention to small details. And so this definitely spoke to me. When I saw this packaging, I was like, holy moly, not only is that super creative, but it's beautiful. And like even these cardboard boxes, they're so sturdy. They're like a thicker cardboard. I'm telling you, the quality for the price point is insane. And if you have never dug into Arabic or Arabian perfumes, don't wait, because it took me a long time to finally start getting into these. And I really regret not doing it sooner. They have such beautiful fragrances, and I am learning a lot of these fragrances a lot of times are actually dupes for a lot of other higher end brands. Now, if I myself have not tried the original, I'm probably not gonna do too much comparing here on my channel. But yeah, if you are looking for some great dupes, Zimaya might definitely be worth checking out for sure. Just such an amazing brand with a good variety of different types of fragrances. And again, I want to reiterate, the price point to me is wild for what you're getting here. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this one and talk a little bit about my experience wearing this for the last couple of weeks here. I definitely think this is one that will certainly stay in my collection for the long run here, because this is so lovely. So let's go ahead and dig in. If you are newer to my channel, the way that I handle my reviews is I like to read through the fragrance story. I like to go through the top, middle, and base notes that are listed. And then I like to share what I actually smell in the fragrance, how it translates on my skin, kind of how it interacts with my body chemistry. I will also certainly discuss the overall projection and lasting power as well. So let's go ahead and dig in with the fragrance story first. So they say here, this is a bold and elegant fragrance that captures the essence of modern femininity. With a perfect balance of softness and strength, it leaves a sensual, lasting impression that's both captivating and confident. Ideal for evening wear or special occasions, this scent speaks to the woman who owns her allure unapologetically. I do think this is definitely a great date night type of fragrance, and that is probably usually where this will come into play in terms of me wearing it personally. But I've certainly worn this during the daytime over the last couple of weeks here since this arrived in the mail to me, and I gotta tell ya, even though it's definitely date night vibes, I think it's also just a beautiful fragrance to wear all day long. So the top notes here are mandarin orange and bergamot. Your mid notes are rose, ylang ylang, and musk. And at the base we have vanilla and patchouli. Now let me just say, if you normally run for the hills when you hear patchouli, this is not the earthy, like dirty hippie patchouli. This is very much a beautiful, perfumey, lighter take on patchouli. So don't automatically write this one off because of that particular note. I know it's one of those really polarizing fragrance notes, but this is so lovely, especially once this settles into your skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the atomizer here. By the way, here is just a closer look at the, is it gonna focus? Come on. Here's a closer look at the bottle. It's really heavy, you guys. This is actually, it's not a sticker. It's actually, I guess you could say, painted onto the bottle. And this lid is super, super heavy. And you guys, the atomizers are beautiful. You get a lovely, nice light mist instead of like a splat, which then runs down your arm. Look at this. Immediately, I love it so much. There is a definite like immediate rush of that mandarin orange. To me, I actually get more of the mandarin than I do that bergamot note, but the bergamot is definitely in the background here. And that's the first thing that you smell. Now, oddly enough, as this starts to initially dry down, I actually smell the vanilla next, which is technically at the base of the fragrance. But for me, that vanilla comes in right after that mandarin orange. And it kind of helps to balance a little bit of that tangy citrus note, which can sometimes be a little bit overwhelming for some people. I really like it, but I do think that citrus can be maybe a little bit aggressive. But that vanilla just immediately kind of tamps the mandarin down, but not so much to where it like dulls that like vibrancy completely from that orange. It's so pretty, you guys. Now, as this starts to dry down a little bit further, I definitely get into that rose. This is not a super aggressive rose. It's not like an old-fashioned rose or like a grandma type of fragrance, I guess you could say. It's more of a modern take on rose, more of, I would say, a garden rose than a traditional rose. Very soft, not super aggressive. I do get a little hint of that ylang ylang. Not a whole lot, actually. I think to me, it goes mandarin orange, vanilla, then into the rose. All the while, there's a little bit of musk in the background of this one. And then finally, when this sits on my skin for at least 20 minutes or so, that's when I do start to get a little bit of that more perfumey patchouli note. I think it is that patchouli that makes this a little bit more of a date night type of fragrance. It's not super aggressive. It's not the most potent note in this particular fragrance, but it is present. So if you absolutely hate patchouli of any kind, I would say skip it. But for me personally, I happen to really like a perfumey patchouli, and this one I think is done really, really well. It just is such a lovely, definitely very feminine type of fragrance, but also just kind of fun and playful at the same time. It's just, listen, I love this one. I have zero complaints. I don't think there's a single thing that I would change about this fragrance here. It's incredibly well balanced. It's not overly sweet. It's got a little bit of a tang to it, but it's just also really pretty while being a little bit vibrant at the same time. I don't know, you guys, this is an absolute stunner. And if you are looking for a date night fragrance for the summer, I don't think you can go wrong with this one. And again, I'm just so incredibly impressed with this bottle. It's so heavy. I have other fragrances that I have picked up from department stores, from Sephora, from Ulta, and while I love the fragrances and I have a great experience with them, a lot of those bottles are not nearly as stunning as this is. They're not nearly as weighty, not nearly as substantial, and these fragrances cost me a lot less. Like, they are significantly less expensive. Now, let's discuss the overall wear time, because this is another area that Zimaya really shines. This lasts on my skin easily for about, I would say, between 6 and 8 hours. Right around 8 hours is when I really find that it starts to fade. Now, I always apply my fragrance on moisturized skin, and I really think that that helps to extend the wear of my perfume. Dry skin is not going to hold on to fragrance as well as hydrated skin does. So always make sure you apply an unfragranced body lotion first. That way you don't have anything competing with these beautiful fragrance notes here. Or if you have something complimentary, I think a nice vanilla lotion would be great to add alongside this to kind of amp up that vanilla a little bit more. But just an unscented body lotion, make sure that you are hydrated, and these last on the skin like nobody's business. This is definitely a very noticeable fragrance, I will say that. I wouldn't over apply, but I don't consider this one of those super aggressive types of scents that necessarily enters the room before you do. You want to use a light hand. I mean, I think you can probably overdo it, but listen, a couple of sprays and I am good all day long. This is one that I have definitely had people compliment me on over the last couple of weeks. Seems to be a universally liked fragrance. And like I said, if you're in the market for something new for summer 2025 in terms of a date night fragrance, I don't think you can go wrong with this one. So obviously it's currently sold out. Zimaya seems to be pretty good about restocking their fragrances. So check back on this one if you are interested in it. But I'm telling you, this is one worth checking out, especially for the price point. I just can't get over it. Like, how is this $35? I don't know, it's wild, but I'm a fan. I am going to continue to try more from Zimaya. I just think this is a really great brand with amazing quality and a lot of really, really unique fragrances. So for me, 2 big fat thumbs up. I'm a huge fan. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah. I hope that this was helpful. Give it a thumbs up if it was. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.